Hey guys, so yesterday, May 4th, the latest installment in the Southern Vampire Mysteries was released. It's called Dead in the Family. These are the books that True Blood is based on, hence the reason why it gets a Vlogtasia. No, it's not about True Blood, but it's about the source. And let's talk about it. I have defended them. Now, they're not high literature. They're not going to win any Nobel Prizes. They're not the best books I've ever read. But they're fun. I've always enjoyed them. They are the reason why I started watching the show, and I have come to love those characters on in the books and despise the ones on the shows. I guess I read different books and watch different shows because I still like Bill, no matter what. But in any case, this book's called Dead in the Family. Now, there's spoilers. Watch out. Spoiler alert. In the series, at this point, Sookie has finally started to actually date Eric. And this book is about family. You got Sookie's family, which involves a bunch of fairies. You got Eric's family, which involves his maker showing up with Eric's new little brother. You got Sookie's family besides that, which is Jason. She also sees her little nephew Hadley's son Hunter. She babysits him one night. And so it's all about family. And I have to tell you, I stayed up all night last night to read this book. I finished it at 2 a.m. And it's awful. I will admit to you, it is an awful book. It's bad, guys. It's bad. There's not a lot of plot to speak of. There's really not. Once the plot gets going, it's decent, but the plot is very thin. There's not a lot of sex in it. There's a couple of mentions. There's one really bizarre scene where Sookie and Eric trade oral sex, and I don't know if vampires can, but apparently in this book they can. They don't have a heartbeat, but they can still arrive. Whatever. And the meat of the book revolves around a mysterious body that has showed up on Sookie's property and the arrival of Eric's maker. Now in the books, Eric's maker is not Godric. I've told you that before. Godric was not in the books. He was Godfrey, totally different character. In the books, Eric's maker is a Roman from the olden days. His name's Ocella. Appius Louis Ocella is his name. And he and Eric had a very strange relationship. There was sex involved. There was murder, of course. He taught Eric how to be a vampire. And he left Eric to be on his own for a while ago. He shows up at Sookie's house with his new protege, as they call him. Now, we know that Ocella has had sex with young boys. It's been established. Any kind of boys, not just young boys, all boys. The problem I have with this book, the part that made me actually want to stop reading it, and this happened when I read another series of books that we shall not name, one sentence made me hate them, and I really feel like this is going to make me hate these books. When Eric's maker shows up, Ocella shows up with his new protege. Sookie recognizes the new protege. He's a 13-year-old boy. Yeah, spoiler, it's Alexei Romanov. Yeah, Rasputin, Anastasia, Bolshevik Revolution, Romanov. We've done this before in these books. Most of you know that Bubba in the books is supposed to be Elvis, but it's never really been explored. In this case, Charlaine Harris has been arrogant enough, I'd say it's arrogance, to introduce a new character, one of many new characters, which she does not need anymore. She has too many characters into her book. That Alexei Romanov did not die in the revolution. It wasn't Anastasia that escaped. It was him. They put his bones into the... I can't even talk about it. It's so ridiculous. I read it and immediately I hated the book. I feel like she is at the bottom of the barrel here. Yeah, I don't like historical fiction for that reason, because history is not fiction. To insert yourself into history, into a story, I think is ridiculous. So to have her say that Eric's maker turned Alexei Romanov into a vampire in 18, around there, and that's where he's been all this time? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That was the worst part for me. It ruined the book. After that point, there did get to be some plot. There was no real resolution. And most Sookie Eric fans have hoped that this book would explore their relationship, and it doesn't. It just kind of tells you that they have one, and she doesn't know if she loves him, and that's all it said about it. It's a lot of drama with her family and this body and the fairies, and The problem with these books is, like most book series, I read the Kim Harrison books, I read the Laurel K. Hamilton books, and I read the Sookie Stackhouse books, and all of them have gone on too long. The Southern Vampire Mystery should have ended after book 6. These books have become utter crap, and this one is by far the most crap. It's horrible, guys. I can't believe I'm admitting that. Like, none of them are good, but this one's actually a bad book, and I'm really sad that I paid money for it, to be honest with you. And thank God they changed Eric's origin story so we never have to see this on TV, because it's bad. So, the book also shows the return of Al C., who is just as much of a jerk as he always has been. Bill's in it for a minute. We meet Bill's sister, vampire sister, and there's kind of a relationship mentioned there. So, yeah, I'm not happy, guys. So, read at your own risk if you can accept that these books are bad and understand that you might enjoy it, but I could not embrace the horror. I was offended, and it's bad. There's a couple of, it's bad writing. She tosses in that Jace Everett's song Bad Things was playing on the jukebox, and she references another True Blood episode title. Cheap. And let me point out quickly before I go, before True Blood aired last season, Eric had cried one tear in the history of the books. One tear. When a certain vampire was killed in the last book. On the show, we saw him just, red blood everywhere, crying all the time. In this book, he is a crying bitch ass. So I have a feeling that the show has made a negative impact on her character writing. It's really unfortunate. So, anyway, I'll have a longer review in my blog, but I had to get it out there. Read this book at your own risk, and if you read it, I hope you enjoy it more than I did, because it's really not my favorite book. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.